All right, guys, so this is the last checker understanding. Here we go. So a cable that supports a suspension bridge is parabolic. The horizontal distance between the ends of the cable is 140 meters. The midpoint of the cable is 14 meters below each end of the cable. Determine an equation of the function that models the cable. So as you can see, I made a copy of this picture over here. And I also tried to put a coordinate grid wherein my origin would be at the vertex of this suspension bridge, or the cable rather, of the suspension bridge. In this picture, the vertex would be right here, right? Okay. And that's what I tried to do here. I put my vertex there, which is going to be um, my origin, 0, 0. And if that is so, I can get this and this as my points in my graph. Now, if this is 0, 0, this point would be what? If you look at it, since from end to end, it is 140. Therefore, if the vertex is right at the middle, this one would be 70 units away from the vertex to the right. This one would be negative 70 units, if that makes sense. Of course, it's 70 units, but then you go to the right because it's a negative, okay? Or to the left, sorry. Now this one, in terms of a y value, since it's 14 meters above, that would be 14 for your y. Same thing here. All right. And I think you get the idea. The reason why I wrote this is that I'm going to use that equation to figure out an equation for the function that would model the cable. When I said it is an equation that you're looking for, there are different equations that you could come up with. There is no specific equation that you need to come up with. Therefore, as long as we're able to create one equation, then we're good. By having our vertex at the origin, that means my vertex, which is 0, 0, I can use to replace the P and Q values here. All right, so let's take a look what happens. Y equals A times X minus 0 squared with 0. That's nice, right? So right now you have Y equals A times X minus 0. So that's just X squared, right? So really, this is all we have, X squared. And that plus 0 will just go away, okay? But then we have to find A. And how do you find A? Well, guys, you just ask yourself, can we use any point in here? Well, you can use this point or this point to replace the X and Y, okay? So if you want to go back here, all right, you could turn it into, if I use this point, 14, which I use to replace the Y, equals A times 70, which I use to replace the X here, minus 0, all right, squared plus 0. 14 equals A times 70 squared is 4,900. All right. And A is equal to, dividing both sides by 4,900, 14 over 4,900, or 1 over 350. So if we look back to this equation, wherein we only need the A, and we have solved for A, we now are ready to create the final equation, which is Y equals 1 over 350 X squared. And there is your answer. That is one of the possible equations, all right? Now, I want you to think about what other equations are possible. And in fact, the answer is also shown at the bottom of page 303. Try to figure out how the other equations were arrived at, okay? It should not be that hard. And you may continue doing the homework. Thanks for watching. Bye.